We are live if you're watching this back. The sun is shining right in this window. As pale as I am, now I'm really white, but I don't want to close it because I like the sun. It's cold today. Oh, there's my notifications went out, so we're going to wait for some people to get on. If you're watching this back, well, hey, we lost the offensive lineman, the center from Western Kentucky. He was going to be at least the backup center. I was hoping they'd move him, but he's too good of a center. I get it. He could be a center on somebody else's team, Wilburley. So, and we hit a buzzer beater. So there you go. Was it luck? Yeah. Should we have won the game? No. What's up? Jake's here. Everybody doing? Cold isn't it? Yeah, it's cold in Indiana. I can tell you that it's going to be cold about the next 10 days. So, especially next week. Yes, as my wife reminds me, it is January. You know that, right? It is February, right? I'm not a fan of winter, so yeah, it is cold, and the sun. That's why I don't care that the sun's shining. It's illuminating me like Ghostbusters or something. But I like the sun. So yes, I'm a sun guy. Um, what's up, Julie? Cold in Kentucky, yeah. I imagine it's cold anywhere if you're unless you're in Miami. I remember going to Miami in January. It was like 20 here. It was like 80 degrees in January in Miami. I was like, why can't I live here? Which I don't know if I'd want to live there. But anyway, no. Everybody enjoy the basketball game. I mean, we'll wait for some people to get in here. But was it luck? Yeah. Should we have lost? Yeah, we played. I didn't score a field goal for the first 11 minutes. I mean, our one field goal. I mean, we can't do that in Knoxville. Let's put it. Those were two bad teams we just played, and we're getting ready to play Tennessee, who's good, and so we'll see. In basketball, as far as football, guys, we're waiting like you are. We got until midnight Friday tomorrow, so I didn't like it that we lost Wilburley. The center. I was hoping he would stay, but he's too good, guys. He can start somewhere. So I knew we were. I wish they. I kept saying maybe we'll move him to guard. Maybe. Nah, I mean, look, he's a decent player. The year before last, I watched them, and he was good. So, uh, yeah. So it happens. Chandler credit for the pass, yeah, but that was the worst lob pass I've ever seen. They're talking about on KSR. Well, he passed it. First of all, Aberdeen was supposed to get the ball. Okay, the reason we Moreno was able to get the ball is his man went for the ball and he didn't get it. And then Moreno got it. He turned around. Yeah, it's like, kind of like in football. If you're going to go for an interception and you're a defensive back, you better get it because if you miss it, it's a long touchdown. So, hey, they went for that guy tried to get the ball. He didn't get it. He mistimed his jump and it landed in Moreno's hands, who was not supposed to get it. And he's like, hey, I got the ball. Nobody's on me. Let me just turn around. He's got that. I like his shot. It's that 1970s high arcing. He sticks his hand. He's 7 damn foot. He sticks it straight up like that, and the ball comes. Yeah. So, uh, hey, we'll count it. It was a hail mary. Yep. Arlington 60 in Arlington. Well, see, that's good. Texas. Yeah. I mean, yeah. When I was in Mississippi and Alabama, winter lasted from January 1st to March 1st. It was a 60-day winter. Most of the time. So by the time March 1st rolled around, it was 60 degrees. Yeah. So yeah, Texas, love Texas weather. How many times we lost like that? I don't know how many Hail Marys we lost on. We lost the Leitner game, but we haven't lost too many on buzzer beaters that I can remember over the years. But we lost the Duke one was huge. Duke, yeah, that's Rick Pitino. I don't know if you saw what he tweeted after their game. Even if you put somebody on the ball, you can still hit a shot. So yeah, he was saying people criticize him for playing 5-on-4. See, we didn't cover the passer in the Duke game, and it cost us. Well, Pelfrey was out of position. Pelfrey didn't be space where he was supposed to be, and allowed Leitner to get the ball. And that guy was really good. That guy, you didn't give him the ball, so oh well. No action in the portal. Yeah, no news is good news. I don't know. We're gonna find out in the next 36 hours or whatever, maybe a little more than that. I was listening to Anthony White and Van Hiles on the locker last night. They were making some good points. You got to have skill players to run a spread offense. You got to have wide receivers, running backs, and a quarterback. And they're talking about how many games we're going to win. And people think we're going to win 6 out of To win 6 games, I want you guys to understand, we'd have to pull a Mark Stoops. We'd have to get the 2 non-cons in Louisville, and then go 3-6 in the SEC. Which I don't know. Like, I don't know how good the quarterback. We just don't know how good this team is going to be. We got to get some receivers. How good's the quarterback? I don't know. So yeah, it's hard to say how many games we're going to win. Then they talked about building it out of high school players, which would be smart, but we'd have to go 3 or 4 years of losing, and our fans aren't going to do that. So we've seen you have 2 bad years, and they'll be calling for his head. So yeah, there's no patience in this world. We lost 20 people in the portal, and we've picked up 28. So I was looking at the numbers there, and so yeah, we're +8. What's up? I'll read here. Steven, LSU beat us. Crap volley 3 years ago. Oh, really? Okay, I don't remember that. But yeah, Dougie on Discord, Kentucky looking at wide receiver, Utah. Okay, look, we just need a wide receiver from anywhere. Can you run route? Can you catch a ball? Do you have any experience in Division One? I mean, Jake cannot believe Kentucky has a top 10 portal class. Well, that's one thing. Look, we don't have backups. As once again, Van Hiles and Anthony White pointed out, Alabama doesn't need to go into the portal. Georgia, they have their backups are going to move up. We don't have any backups to move up. Okay, so we have to buy a team if we want to win any games, which I don't know how many games we're going to win. Okay, I mean, it's nice to have a top. If we get the #1 portal class, hey man, that's great. But the backups are not there. So we need to work on the 85. Should we build out a high school? Probably. Will we? No, because our fans aren't patient. And if he has 2 losing seasons and now you're losing, no. It would to build this right. It would probably with high school players. It would take 3 or 4 years. Could it be? Yeah, and it would be smart, but it's just not logical or practical or whatever word you want to use. So, but I agree with Van Hiles. Yeah, that would probably work pretty well because high school players are going to be cheap now, but we need some to run a spread offense. Somebody was telling me, saying in there, we don't run a spread offense. It's like, dude, come on, man. We're gonna run what's called an option spread or power spread, however you want to say it. It's a spread. It's not the air raid. No, it's a spread offense. Haas concept, which you can look up what that stands for. You're spread out. It's 1 running back, 4 receivers, sometimes 5 with the tight end. So yeah, you're spread out because you can have 6 eligible receivers on any play, right? So we were following the Indiana formula. Well, I hope so, Wards. Everybody's going to try that, but as Van Hiles pointed out, just because they did it doesn't mean it'll work for everybody. I agree, but we're going to try it. Now, like I said, we don't have backups. If the portal closes, it doesn't mean we will find such. Right. We can still get people, but we didn't get the people, we didn't get we need a stud at wide receiver. And I don't know that we're going to get one, but that's okay. Let's get some solid receiving core. Like I said, yesterday. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have 3 really solid wide receivers than 1 stud and, 4 receivers that are already good. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the 3 solid guys who can catch the ball. Because I think Anthony White was talking about, do you realize this? And I did not realize this, guys. If you're old, whenever Hal Mummy was here, he won with Bill Curry's players. He didn't win with his own players. And I was like, no, he didn't. He had Keo Sanford, Craig Yeast. He already had McCord. He already, I think they said, Anthony White. He might have had Derek Homer. He might have had to get Derek Homer. But yeah, but you got to have skill players to run a spread. You got to have a quarterback, 4 wides, tight end, running back, which we got running backs, and we have a tight end. We have all those positions locked up. So I'm sure we'll sign some people. There are some people. Evan Wilberly just went in the portal. If you're just getting in here, we lost Evan Wilberly, which I was hoping we wouldn't lose him. But he's good enough to start. And so, yeah, we can still sign players. So we don't have to get players by tomorrow night at midnight. Everybody has to have their name in the portal. So, we got time. Take your time, find some people. Good point. Darby might be a step freshman. Stephen, I hope so. That's the hopes. But once again, you're in the SEC, guys. You're going to play. It's like we have players that haven't played. The quarterback hasn't played. Offensive lineman. You're in the SEC. You're in Big Ten SEC. You're going to put a freshman out there or somebody who hasn't played. Don't expect miracles. I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen, but a lot harder to happen. A lot harder. Shane Carr from Utah is coming to Kentucky. Yeah, I think I saw that, Dougie. I don't know who he is, but if Stein's bringing him in, let's try and sign him. Derek Abney, man, I just put a shorts on about Derek Abney running kickback. You know, he was All-American kickoffs, and that guy was a great player for us. Derek Abney, I miss him. Hal Mummy, yep. Hortz, yep. His offense worked for a while, and then they figured it out, and then it didn't work. But it worked the first 2 years. There's 2 years. Wilberly starting quality in your opinion? Yes, Anthony, I believe so. Yeah, he could start for somebody. I'm not saying he could start for an SEC school, but he could start for Northwestern. He could start for Arkansas. Yeah, he was good. If you look at what he did 2 years ago and you watched him, because I watched Western, they had a really good year 2 years ago, and he was good. You could tell, okay, that guy's good. Not the biggest guy. I think he's 3'10", but not the top. But no, a solid, very solid center. And I was hoping they would move him to guard. Please just move him. He might have wanted to be a center. He knows he can get paid, guys. Look, somebody got in his ear and said, hey, why don't you put your name in the portal and come visit us? So he didn't just magically the last 48 hours go, I think I put my name in the portal. He got a phone call. So, yeah, I think he is. Better Little Ron and Tim Couch. Tim Couch was a great, but yeah, Wilberly, yeah, he's good enough to start at a lot of schools. Shane Carr has 744 yards. Well, good. He's experienced. Now, Dougie, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather have 4 of those cars, 3 or 4 of those cars, than that one Texas guy, and that's all we got. So I'll take 4 solid guys, or 3 or 4 solid guys over one stud, because right now we need numbers. We don't have backups. What if that receiver got hurt? Now you got to play Darby, and you got to play people who don't have it. Now you're setting yourself up to fail, because I don't know how many wins we're going to get. Who's winning the Natty? I don't see anybody beating it. Indiana's such a complete team. I think Miami will make it close, but going to be hard to beat Indiana. They would have to if Indiana would have to turn the ball over. They'd have to turn the ball over and just give Miami here. They're going to have to give Miami some Christmas presents, which it could happen, But no, Indiana's special teams, defense, offense, they're just, 2 years it took to build their team. They spent a lot of money. Once again, they didn't spend any money on basketball, or as much money on basketball. We can't do what Indiana did, because next year, I don't know how much money we're going to have to spend, because we're going to try to get basketball players. So once again, as Van Hiles pointed out last night, we're always going to be in the bottom third. However much money we spend, Texas A&M, Texas, I don't know. They're saying they have an ultra expensive route. Everybody's going to spend more than we are. So as he astutely pointed out, the smartest thing to do would be try to build with high school players if you're just getting in here. It's just that would take 3 or 4 years, and our fan base doesn't have the patience of a gnat, to build. If we have 2 losing years, they're going to call for his head. So, but I don't know. We'll see how we do it. Indiana has 0-5. So yeah, that's right. They only had 1 4-star last year. They were 50th in high school recruiting. They didn't care. They went and got Evan Wilberleys for backups. They got a few studs, but then it took them 2 years. They got those Madison players came. They caught lightning in a bottle. See, Will Stein has not brought him. They were talking about that Oregon. There must be now. Dante Moore has come back for Oregon, if you saw that last night. So that means those receivers are staying there. So yeah, there was probably a gentleman's agreement that I won't raid your roster when I leave, okay? Because I thought we'd get 1, but no, Dante Moore's coming back. So why, if you're in Oregon, and a couple of guys graduate, so there wasn't anybody to bring, so that's that story. To get beat. Indiana's too focused, Stephen. Well, I mean, look, it's a football game. You can still turn the ball over if, got injuries, knock on wood. Of course, somebody's quarterback gets knocked out. Carson Beck is a decent. I mean, look, Carson Beck been in this situation before, so damn, guy's 26 years old, so they can keep it close. And I like Miami's defense. Their defensive and offensive lines are pretty damn good. But yeah, you can't get in. Miami does not need to get into a shootout, because they will lose. Just make it grind it out. Mark Stoops, we're going to hold on to the ball, and we're not giving your offense the ball. So if they can keep it under 30 points, make it 28-24, 24-20, they can win that. They're not winning 38-20, 38-31, unless Indiana just has a meltdown, which could happen. Gets all the publicity, Mendoza, Anthony, for beating. But the key to being is stopping the run. The key for any Big Ten or SEC team, your opponent is stopping the run. The run's the easiest way to score. You just hand the ball off. That's why back in the day, people wanted to run the option, the triple option, because you didn't have to throw it. And it was much easier just to hand a ball off. Running the ball's just simple, Miami's capable of stopping the run. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Miami's got a capable team. Look, they ain't going to roll over. They're going to have some plans. But look, we'll see what happens. The point spread's 8.5, or it was yesterday. That's probably about right. Indiana's probably going to get them by about a touchdown. I think Miami, but if Miami can keep it close, get to the fourth quarter, you never know. Doug Stein should at least get 3 or 4 quarterbacks. Oh, well, he's looking at, is he looking at one today? I think we have 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now. So yeah, we do have 4 quarterbacks. He just got the guy from, oh hell, where's that guy from? Who didn't play at all? Guy from Florida Atlantic, Carson Kruger. So that's 3. Plus we had Ward, 4, plus Pontoski, 5. So yeah, I think we're good on quarterback. Yeah, Kruger, thank you. Little run. So yes. So and the kicker, got to have special teams. Indiana's good on special teams. We got to think about special teams. What are we going to do? Are we going to, we got a punter, we got 2 kickers. Once again, long snapper, got to have a long snapper. Got to have kickoff coverage guys. Got to fill out the 85 scholarships guys. And right now we lost 20 and we've gained 28. So so we're good. There are freshman QBs. Yes. So yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be, it's going to be Minchie and then whoever's backing him up. Minchie's going to be out there. So how good is Minchie? I don't know. Guys, we don't know how good he is. He looked good in the mop-up games, but when we start playing Alabama, Texas A&M, we're going to find out how good he is. But yeah, I'm sure there's a plan to get receivers, okay? Even if, like I said, I don't care if we get studs as long as we get a group of receivers that are better than the one we just had. Because we had guys that, man, Macklin was the biggest. I cannot believe how bad he was. Or I don't know. Like I said, we need receivers who can, in this offense, it's 1-on-1. And if you can't beat your guy 1-on-1, you're not going to catch the ball. And it's going to be punt. Yeah, our punter is going to be busy. I hope so. A little run. What'd you say? Run 6'1", 250 from Georgetown University. Okay. Well, Georgetown's a small school, but 250. I mean, he could play a linebacker. You ain't gonna play 250 in Division I, and as a defensive lineman, you going against the guy who's 340. I mean, we can make him into something. I mean, he could be a practice player. He could be a walk-on. Hell, Wiseman is his name. Okay, good. Well, you know what? That's good, Dougie. Wiseman, the quarterback. Okay, yeah. I mean, he can play. There's 2 linebackers in the 4-2-5. Obviously, 2 right there behind the D line. So yeah, I think Sam Green will thrive as a linebacker. I mean, he's not the quickest guy, but he'll thrive in this offense as one of the linebackers. So look, guys, we just don't right now. We have a decent starting 11 on defense, shaping up to be we have a decent offensive line. So we'll see. We have some running backs who have been injured. Let's see what we can do. We got to get some receivers out here because right now, yeah, I mean, the receiver room is thin. Big money for her. Yeah, we play. Yes, for offensive linemen. But once again, got to have some people to throw to. I hope so. Derek, what's up, Derek? I thought I would come on. Hey, guys, he's not worth that, though. Okay. Well, yeah, look, if you false start king, oh, really? Well, we don't need that. Maybe Stein can teach. So the guy from Tennessee is a false start king. Well, he's a good – when he doesn't false start, he's really good. So yeah, her the Tennessee guy, Tennessee offensive lineman, highly ranked, like the best tackle, or I think tackle in the portal. So one of the best. So yeah, we'll see. Jake, false start. Okay, I did well. We can teach him. Look, maybe our snap count would be a lot easier. Maybe you can learn our snap count, dude. Come on, man. Don't false start. Yeah. Um. So yeah, but they were talking about wins last night. Look, there's no way on earth I could tell you how many games we're going to win. I have no idea. Uh, you can't go by the portal because a lot of teams didn't need to get in the portal as much as we did. So it's hard to say. I'll have to look at everybody's roster, but we'll have to pull a Mark Stoops. If you're just to get six, we got to pull a Mark Stoops. We got to get the two non-cons in Louisville, and then somehow go 3-6, whichever three we can pick off. Which I don't know who right now. I'll have to look at everybody's roster. But Alabama didn't need players. We don't play Georgia. Tennessee is scrambling to get a quarterback. They need some players, but it's Josh, Josh Heupel. So I don't know. Looking at the schedule, we're not going to get. I mean, we'd have to upset some people. Alabama, we'd have to really upset some people here. Alabama, LSU. I mean, I don't know what Lane Kiffin will have. Vandy. They got somebody's quarterback. Did they pick off Indiana? Okay, Indiana quarterback. I don't know. At Oklahoma, at Tennessee, at Texas A&M. Is that no? Yeah, at Texas A&M. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Missouri, at Missouri. I mean, we have to win on the road to get a couple of these. If we could pick three people off, but I don't expect it. Okay, I think we can get 4 or 5 wins, but I don't know about 6 or 7. Okay, I don't know about 6. Don't sit here. Somebody was saying 8 on Van Hiles on the locker. Yeah, no, portal rankings with a grain of salt. Yes, Anthony, take the portal because we don't have a complete team. We do not have 85 solid players who can back up the players we have. Okay, if anybody gets hurt, if that, God, from knock on wood, the center gets hurt. Now, who's going to be the center if he gets hurt? We just lost Wilberly. And if you're just getting in here, we lost Evan Wilberly, center from Western Kentucky. I'm sure you got a phone call. You think he just stuck his name in the portal the last 48 hours just because? No, somebody gave a phone call and go, hey, man, you want to come here? And so, yeah, he's going to get more money to go wherever. He's good enough to play, in some schools. And, in the SEC, he could play in some school. He could start. He's a good center. Now, he's not as good as the guy we picked up, but somebody's going to take him. He could Maryland. I mean, Arkansas, somebody could use him. Somebody's going to start for somebody. Maybe it'll be a lower class team. Texas, I don't know. We'll see. But yes, Jake, about Kentucky team in the first couple of weeks. Well, yeah, we'll learn about it. Well, look, we ain't beating Alabama. Don't go by what's our second and third game? I don't have them in order. I think the second game is Alabama, and the third game is at Texas A&M. Yeah, I don't know who the third game is. No, the third. Well, anyway, look, I know this. It's going to take time. If we can hang with Alabama, I'll be happy. If we don't get blown out by these teams, I'll be happy. But a little run. Every player entering the portal now has been tampered with. Yeah, Wilberly didn't wait that long to get in the portal. He was probably shopping. And then he's like, well, I'm going to stay here. We probably are going to pay him decent money to stay here. And then somebody got on the phone and goes, hey, man, we need a center over here at, I don't know, at Marshall. We need a center at Marshall. We'll pay. What are they paying you? So we'll see. Dougie, Vince Merrill's visiting KSR tomorrow. I like Vince Merrill. He called up KSR the other day and was messing with Matt. I mean, they were just joking around. Look, you got to I like Vince Merrill. He did a good job for us. Solid guy. He loves Kentucky still. Man, come on. You make, like you said, you make relationships with people. You don't just turn them off. So I like Vince. He did good for us. Mark Stoops is the winningest coach in our history. I mean, he'll, come someday, we'll come back and honor him. But yeah, we'll see how much rope we give Will Stein. So we'll see. Basketball. We shouldn't have won last night, guys. That basketball game, I almost went to sleep in the first half. We didn't score a first field goal for 11 minutes. Tennessee, you can't do that. Keep falling behind every damn game. So we got lucky, but they fought back. And so, hey, we'll take it. Oweh missed that free throw. I thought Oweh had the ball out in that one, guys. At the end of the game, did you see that Oweh? One replay showed it had the ball out of his hand with .01. And then they came back and then it showed he wasn't out of his hand. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is this an optical illusion? You just showed him out of his hand at .01 and now you're showing it on his fingertip. I don't know. Anyway, we won. The ball was supposed to go to Aberdeen. Yes, Chandler made a good pass because he threw it. Moreno's guy went for the ball. He didn't play his man. He just went for the ball and thought, I got that. No, you didn't. It's like in football. If you're a defensive or cornerback, if you go for the interception and you don't get it, you're going to get burned. That guy went for the ball. Moreno caught it. He's like, damn, there's nobody. He just turned around. Boom. Got that high shot. If you're getting in here, I love Moreno's shot because he's 7 foot and he shoots it like 1974. Shot like this. And he just turned around and you look at his arm. He just went, and counts. We'll take it. Fans love to rib Vince. Yes. Yeah. They had a nice ribbing. When he called a KSR, look, man, you could tell he still loves Kentucky, man. Come on. Look, he's at Louisville. I get it. But he still loves Kentucky. It's all good. This is not, the rivalry will not be nasty anymore, I don't think. LSU guy touched the ball. It went through his hands. Well, whatever. All right. He should have just knocked it down, man. Just knock it down. He wanted it. He's like, I can get this. I can get this. No, you can't. Yeah. So yeah, he should have just. But should have, would have, could have. Nobody thought that was going to happen. I don't know where Aberdeen was at or how the hell he was going to get the ball. I watched him play again. I was like, Aberdeen. He was, he wasn't even open. So just throw it down there. Heck of a pass. Well, yeah, just throw it the length. I mean, all you had to do is throw it down there. Chandler, was that the worst lob dunk you've ever seen? They're talking about it on the KSR this morning. The worst lob dunk to Oweh at the end of the game. What the hell? Chandler, he hustles, but look, guys, he's going to have to improve if he wants playing time next year or this year. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. He does some dumb, I say dumb things. He does some not so good things. I'm not going to say dumb. He does some good things. He does hustle and he does care. So I'll give him that. But yeah, sometimes his man is, he's not even guarding his man. It's like, dude, get on your man. What the, you know. Anyway, Mark Pope says he uses at the beginning of the year said he uses the first half to acquire data. Well, I don't know what the hell we changed it to our defense in the second half to pressure. We're going to have to play a pressure defense, guys. We got to keep that game in the 70s. We can't give up 80 to Tennessee or we're going to lose. I can't imagine him looking at every halftime, looking at the data. Damn, we're getting our ass kicked. Maybe we should change up. Yeah, dude. Maybe we should play with enthusiasm at the beginning of the game. Aberdeen had 0 at halftime. He got 17 in the second half. So give it up. They did not quit, and they fought back. So, I mean, you got to have some pride, right? I mean, Aberdeen, you was on the national championship team, dude. What are you doing? And Cam Williams, he scored 5 points in 30 minutes. Come on. Cam Williams, I know he's a good defender, and they have to guard him out there. We could keep somebody out from under the basket. But man, if we could ever get Cam Williams to average 10 to 14 points a game, we'll hit that 80. It's just he's the guy who's so streaky. And we got guys that will play 30 minutes and get 5 points. I mean, sometimes it's Aberdeen, sometimes it's Williams. Jelovic has to play well. So anyway, heck of a pass, yes. Talk about Chandler. Talk about Chandler, please. So what do you want me to say about him? What do you want me to say about him, Jay? He's a decent player. Do you even hazard Kentucky? I don't. Are you from Hazard, Jay? Is that what you're saying? Jay, are you a bot? You realize 50% of people that comment on my posts are bots. Is anybody in here a bot? Julie, are you a bot? Who's a bot in here? Jay, I don't know what you're saying, brother. Talk Chandler, please. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying there, brother. I'm not saying you're a bot, but we just talked about him. He's a good player. He hustles, but man, when he messes up, he messes up. And so you just got to take the good with the bad. Little Ron, I hate the portal. Brother, don't hate that's the way it is now, man. It's not going to change. It's about money. The renovations at Commonwealth Stadium, you saw that announced today. We're going to renovate Commonwealth Stadium further to try to get more money. Okay. Well, good. Moreno, yes, Moreno's playing well. look, even if Quaintance comes back, Moreno's got. I'd start him. I mean, Brock Kaufman, yes, Dougie, yeah, and he's a freshman. I don't think he played last year, right? So can bots get in live streams? Yes, Jake, they can. Yes, they can. Jay, are you? See, Jay's not answering me, so I don't know if he's a bot. Yeah, they can get in live. Oh yeah, and they definitely comment on your post. AI is very good. They like Otega Owe. The bots have figured out who Otega Owe is, and if you put up a video about him, a little shorts video, some bots are going to comment on it. So bot's always a name, usually like Jimmy Smith, and then there'll be some numbers and letters followed. And you go, okay, that I know that's a bot. But Julia's real, retired teacher and coach. Hey, coach. Well, all right. I didn't know you were a coach, Julie. Good job. But no, guys, basketball at Tennessee. I got to look at Tennessee's team. I know they're good. I got to look at their roster. CJ Baxter really likes Will Snides' offense. And I bet you he really likes money because we gave him a lot of it. But yeah, he'll be him and the other running back, who's Javante Barnes. You know, that's a good 1-2 punch right there. Both of them have, like I said, they're injured. They've both been injured last year, especially Barnes. So hopefully everybody's healthy and we're all good to go. And you know, look, Patterson has room. Patterson is still a guy who can catch the ball. He caught a lot of passes. That's you have to catch the ball. So look for Patterson to get a little bit of playing time too. I hope. Jake, we play very ugly. Yeah, ugly. Yeah, that's not even a good word. I almost fell asleep, guys. I literally. How can you get 22 points at halftime? 22 points. I thought, man, LSU. Look, they don't have their best score. They've lost the first 3 games. They're not good. Neither's Mississippi State. I mean, look, Tennessee now. We play Tennessee's, Vandy's, the Auburn's out. We ain't gonna play Alabama again. Gotta win. We play Tennessee twice. We usually beat them in Knoxville, and they usually beat us in Lexington. So, but yeah, we got to play better. And look like the worst. Oh, Tennessee, yeah, Rick Barnes. Yeah, his teams are always like that. They, you look at them and they'll beat a really good team, then they'll lose it. What, But well, didn't they just lose? So they're due to win one. Minchie going to have an awesome front line. Yes, Doug. Yeah. All right. Well, the starting 5. Yeah. I don't know about the next. I don't know about the backups. They're going to have to stay in the game. Yeah, you're going to earn your money because you're going to be in there. Yeah, we need some receivers to throw to, and I don't know how good Minchie's going to be. I mean, nobody knows. We'll have to see. This offense is pretty simple. You're throwing short routes, you mesh concept. You're throwing, whoever's open, you get them the ball. You make a quick read, you throw the ball. The receiver has to catch it. One-on-one watching last night. Oh, yeah, Julie, you didn't turn on? Well, you got the best part of the game, Julie, by Florida and beat A&M on Tuesday. Jake, we got blown out by Florida and then beat A&M. See, there you go. One game, you look great. Next game, that's basketball, man. If you got a streaky shooting team, we don't even have it. Like we hit 7 of 9 3-pointers in the second half. So we were streaky, but we hit them when we needed to. So yeah, streaky means you can, win a game. We won a game we shouldn't have won last night. So, what's up, Prosper? Rick Barnes class act. Yeah, I like Rick Barnes. I like Josh Heupel. I mean, that's another guy that, 2 good coaches. Tennessee's never been to a Final Four. I still can't believe that. All these years, but Barnes. I don't know how much longer Rick Barnes is going to coach. So we'll see. But he's a good coach. Yeah, yeah. He just never. Yeah, not even at Texas. He was the number 1 seed at Texas one year. He had a little guard. What was that dude's name? T.J. Ford. And they were really thought, well, damn, they got you. And they didn't even make the Final Four. So. Yeah, I agree, Joe. Joe says Malachi should start over Quains. He will. And Quains, look, how sore is Quains' knee? I don't know. We could use Quains against Tennessee because they got some big dudes. I'm gonna go over their roster. I'll do a video tomorrow and we'll break down their roster because I gotta see what all they have. I mean, they have a decent team. Dougie says we're getting close to Nick Anderson from LSU. Yes. Because of slowing our offensive coordinator. Let me tell you what, if you're a wide receiver in the portal right now, and you know we need wide receivers, and we're going to play a spread offense, why would you not come here? Now, I don't know how much money we got left or all that, so we'll see how much money we want to spend. But we got to get some wide receivers. So we'll probably get the LSU guy, probably, unless somebody else is trying to get him. I mean, we didn't get the Texas guy because Colorado probably put up a lot more money. Back before we got Bruce Pearl, Tennessee was absolutely poverty in basketball. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, you were bad there for a while, for several years in basketball. True. Stein will get Nick Anderson, says Prosper. Good. All right. Well, I'm all for that, man. I'll take Nick Anderson. All right. And look, like I said, if you're just getting in here, I'm Thomas, Kentucky Football Nation. Some people came in, looked around, said, I don't want to be in here. I get it. I'd rather have 4 solid receivers, 4 or 5 solid guys that are experienced than one stud and a bunch of no names. Yeah. Of course, that didn't work for us last year, but Kendrick Law had a really good year, by the way. I wish Kendrick Law had another year. That guy would, man, in this offense, he would be catching a 3-yard pass and yards after the catch. He would have done well in this offense. He had a good year. Whatever we paid him, he was worth it. We need a burner. I wish we had one guy that had that speed. We don't have anybody with speed right now. So, it'd just be, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Stein's talking about maybe it's a quarterback or tight end, Dougie. I don't think we need another quarterback. Tight end, we got everybody coming back, right? We got Skinner. Got Rodriguez. We got everybody coming. So I think we're 4 deep at wide receiver. So at tight end, right? We got Brown, Skinner, Boyer. Boyer was huge yesterday. So I think we got 4. So if he needs another tight end, hey, but listen, you can make Rodriguez a receiver in this offense, guys, and you could put a tight end. Rodriguez is, he's not the fastest guy, but he can run routes. He can be a receiver. The tight end lines up as a receiver. So you can put Rodriguez and go, listen, we're going to make you a receiver, and we'll make the Y receiver, which is the tight end, Boyer or Skinner. I'm just saying, I'm not the coach, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility that big of a guy could run pass routes, because that's what he's going to do as a tight end anyway. I don't know. Put out a tweet. First of all, Little Ron, Josh Pate put out a tweet. Stein would have UK in the playoffs in 2 years. Okay. Well, first of all, don't believe anything Josh Pate says. But yes. Okay. Well, good. I hope he's right. Even though he wouldn't even speak of Kentucky. He likes Stoops, but wouldn't even bring us up on his show and just dogged us out all these years. Okay, dude. Josh Pate. He's got these fine bombers got thousands and thousands of followers. But I'll take that tweet. 2 years. Well, good, because we lose. Some of these people we sign, guys, are 1-year players, right? The center, 1-year player. So next year we got to do it all over again. And, it's just going to take time. I don't know if it's going to be 2 years. I think it could be 3 or 4 years. But I don't know if it's going to be 2 years. Like I said, we don't have backups. We have really good starting 11 on defense and offense, good starting 11. Who's our backup, backup linebackers? Who's our backup defensive lineman? Who's our backup offensive lineman? Abe Selb. I don't even know if Abe Selb can play or not. Whoever our offensive line coach is, he better be good. Signetti did it. You never know. Look, maybe our quarterback Minchie will be like all world. Maybe the receiver we got from UAB will be all. You never know. I never say never, but realistically speaking, I don't know. Is a good guy. He means well, but he just disrespected Kentucky. He did a preview of SEC preview last year. Didn't even preview Kentucky and Arkansas. So I don't know, but to each his own. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's got those muscles. He always he shaves his arms. I like how he tries to wear a big tight shirt. I just laugh. show muscles. Uh, um, yeah. So I mean, Josh Pate. Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. And we play Tennessee in basketball. Who make money. He only talks about teams who make money. That's what's wrong with him, Jake. That's what's wrong with him. That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like him. So you own. Okay, well that's real easy. So I don't have to talk about. Well, hell, my job's easy. I'll only talk about Alabama, Auburn, Texas. That makes fine. That's what I don't like about the guy. So don't come on, man. Once again, lazy. I mean, there are people that would. He could probably get more followers if he would talk a little bit. Yeah, I talk a lot about Arkansas. But to dismiss Kentucky, dismiss our. I'm not even going to mention your name. He's not a fucking elitist. That's what I don't like about him. You know, and stop putting on tight shirts and he sits like this right here, gets in front of the camera, flexes. Get out of here, man. I bet you're doing a Barbie workout, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. No, it's all right, Ron. It's all right, Ron. It's okay. I have a problem with people who dismiss us. Don't disrespect. That's why I got so mad at some of our writers. Our writers are going on other shows, dogging out before the season started, dogging out our football program and our coach. What are you doing? What so I don't know. But anyway, no, it's okay, little Ron. It's okay. Sometimes I just don't like being disrespected. Come on, man. We are still in the SEC, right? And I know people don't talk about Georgia basketball, which Georgia's got a good team. Nobody's going to talk about Georgia basketball, okay? There's no Georgia basketball nation. I get it. But, yeah, I do tend to don't do that, man. That's why I get so mad at some of our writers because, come on, man. Just because you say we suck, I mean, don't go on the channel. Let's see if I keep saying this. Let's see if those same writers will go on Field 68 and dog out Mark Pope. They won't do that in basketball, but they'll do it. They'll take the shots in football, but they won't take the shots in basketball. They may write something about Mark Pope, but they ain't going on a Field podcast and say we suck at basketball. Because if you did, your ass wouldn't be writing for anybody. So that's the only thing I don't like. I don't think I ever heard Josh Pate talk. I mean, about Kentucky. I mean, he liked Mark Stoops, but it's just he's a holier than thou guy. If I don't like you and I say you suck, I'm not going to talk about you. It's like, man, I don't like that. I don't like that. Come on, man. And I'll tell you this, the Big Ten does not do that. You watch the Big Ten channels, they don't dog out Rutgers. They don't go on there and say, we're not going to talk about Rutgers and Maryland. That's where the Big Ten's kicking our ass and shit because they are helping each other out and we're trying to tear each other down. That's part of my whole thing is, guys, come on, man. We're not the best conference anymore. I hate to break it to you. The Big Ten's better than we are. Maybe not top to bottom, but at the top, obviously. So why don't we start helping one another instead of why don't you try and help Arkansas? And why don't you try and help Kentucky instead of tearing them down? And we'll all be good again. But this shit, I'm Alabama. Okay, look, man, this is about money now. It's not about your pride and you think should be. That's all I'm saying. But I'm a little different. The Big Ten talks about their from Ohio State to Rutgers. Yeah, they don't dog out. They don't go on. None of their commentators going is, well, Rutgers is sucks, and we're not even going to talk about Maryland. No, that's why Finebaum. I can't stand him anymore. Can't stand Finebaum. Any of his guys. He's good. I like Cousin Shane. Okay, they're nice guys, but come on, man. And look, if you're good, when Mark Stoops was good, they used us. They're going to use Will Stein. He's good right now, but I guarantee you this: if Will Stein has 2 bad years, they'll be on there ripping his ass. And if they want him gone, if our media decides they want him gone, then they'll go after him just like they did Mark Stoops. So anyway, talked about us some. Yeah, I mean, I would too, because he can make money off of talking to us. He can get viewers now. Everything's good. Will Stein's great. Right now, he's the greatest. By God, we're going to be in the playoffs in 2 years. See, he's setting us up. He's hedging his bet. If we do get in the playoffs, he'll be right. If he doesn't, well, they're a basketball school. See how he's doing that? That's what people will. They'll hedge their bets. Okay, yeah, we're there. Hey, he's going to have the playoffs 2 years. And then when we don't, he'll flip and he'll freaking rip us. That's what I don't like. I understand. Look, all these people that get paid to do this on YouTube, they all do that. They all say the same exact thing. If something comes out from like the NCAA, those players that cheated in basketball or whatever that came out today, everybody would be talking about it. So it's just boring. 5 teams in the playoffs shifted the rest of the SEC. What are you saying, Ron? SEC teams shifted the rest of the SEC into games against higher ranked teams. Yeah, you know what? The Big Ten kicked their ass in the bowl game. Vanderbilt got their ass handed to them. If anybody watched Iowa, they just smacked them around. They just ran the ball right down their throat. I mean, yeah, Pavia is talking shit. Yeah. Now they almost came back and won, but they didn't. And Iowa clearly was the better team. So yeah, SEC's got some pride. I mean, Big Ten has some pride there. And look, they're ahead of us right now. Whether Paul Finebaum likes it or not, or Josh Pay, we're not the best conference anymore. I hate to break it to us. No, Finebaum's always been a writer. He went to Tennessee, and then he made his name radio show in out Birmingham. I think it was Birmingham in the '90s. He was the big time Alabama fan. Now he was the Bama big time. I'm an Alabama fan, so he flipped from Tennessee to Alabama. And then when the SEC network made a network about the SEC, well, they went and got him. And he's never liked Kentucky. So, whatever. I don't like you back, man. And, with the callers on that show, that's a low IQ. I mean, just letting people get in there and say how kind of butcher the English language, Julie. If you listen to the Finebaum show, Julie, diagram a sentence for me. Is low key soft now? Well, I mean, yeah, Jake, that's a good point. I mean, just because it says Alabama, everybody thought, well, Alabama's going to beat Indiana, because it's Alabama, and even on the ESPN show, 2 people picked Alabama, and I'm sitting there going, no, Alabama cannot run the ball. I told my friends, no way is Alabama going to beat Indiana because they can't run the ball. They're one dimensional. It's not going to work. And they got their ass handed to them. So, yeah, the English language. Maria Turner. Well, yeah, thank you, Maria. I try to defend. I can't speak English properly, Maria, so you know that. So trying to defend the English language. Can't say that. My tongue is tied. I'm drinking Powerade, by the way, everybody, because it's hot outside. But yes. So basketball on Saturday at Knoxville. The portal will close tomorrow. We'll see if we get anybody. Like we said, their name's still in the portal. We can still sign them as long as your name's in there. I think that's the rule. So, we'll get some wide receivers in here. And I speak Central Kentucky, Little Ron. Well, I'm from Western Kentucky. Yeah. I butcher the English language myself. English language butchered. Oh, Julie, don't watch it. And I'm sorry. My apologies for butchering the English language ahead of time, and for saying the yeah, I gotta stop cursing. That's a thing. But hey, this is a fan channel. Sometimes I feel like cursing. I just let it go. As Rick Pitino told Mark Pope. I don't know if you ever, Mark Pope in '96, it was in practice yelling frig, frig. And Rick Pitino stopped practice and said, why don't you just say fuck? Because God knows what you're trying to say. Thought that was funny. F and no, right? You're a Powerade or Gatorade type. I am more Powerade than Gatorade. Yeah. Because, it's still the same amount of sugar, but it has potassium. And for those of us that take diuretics, if anybody knows what that is, it's a water. It makes you go to the bathroom to keep your blood pressure down. The problem is you're thirsty. You got to stay. So you go drink and you go to the bathroom and you're thirsty. You got to stay hydrated. It's this vicious cycle of drink, go to the bathroom, drink, go to the bathroom. That's your medical lesson for the day. Tennessee game, less pressure. Probably Posse, yeah. After that game, after as bad as we played and still won that game, look, I don't know what the line's going to be. We will not be favored. We cannot have 22 points at halftime and come back 20 points down. I say that on Tennessee, unless we just start unconscious hitting threes, because that's what we did last night. We hit 7 of 9 in the second half. I think 7 of 9, 7 of our first 9. So yeah, I mean, we hit threes. We shot 40% from threes. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, that That's how you win right there. So we got to hit some. Cam Williams is the only guy that worries me. He keeps 5 points in 29 minutes. I mean, come on, man. I wish if we could ever get in to be a consistent 10 to 12, 13-point shooter, we'll get the 80 points. We got 75. If we have 5 more from him, we get 80. I mean, 80's what we need to be getting. 80, not 70s. So we'll see how that goes. What did we shoot? We shot 10 of 23. So yeah, that's still 43%. And they shot 9 of 19, which is 47%. So there you go. Points in the paint. They didn't get points in the paint on us. We can't give up 40 points in the paint to Tennessee and expect to win. Okay, guys. So we'll see what Mark Pope does for adjustments. Right. So we have a lot to talk about with football transfers. Yeah, Ron, I will be on tomorrow night. We're going to figure it out. I think we'll sign the wide receiver from LSU. And I cuss way too much. Truly, I do. Yeah, I know. What are you going to do? It's what you meant to say, right? As Rick Pitino pointed out, just because you changed the word does not mean that, we all know what you meant, what I meant. Yeah, I'm saying it out of anger. So, but still, I don't want to butcher the English language, right? So, I don't know if I don't know how English teachers feel about cursing. Maria, how do English teachers feel about cursing? If you're still on here. But anyway, no, guys, look, let me look right now. Let's see if we signed anybody. It's 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock. Let's see, KSR. Who have we shot? Who have we shot? There's a shooting. Somebody, a state trooper was in a shootout in Kentucky. Okay. So who are we going to shoot? Who are we getting here? I don't see. Why did it do that? I want to see the main site. The main site. Here we go. Did we get anybody? Nope. Nope. The football stadium is going to be renovated, right? The football stadium. Kroger Field renovations to strengthen long-term revenue. That's the headline. I didn't listen to Mitch Barnhart's thing, so we have plans for renovations to strengthen long-term revenue. Okay, what that is, I have no idea. Yeah, we're going to spend $25 million. Okay, we're going to spend $25 million from renovations. Well, there you go. All right, I don't know where it's coming from. Upper deck, south upper deck, lodge, club seats, new terrace, scoreboard patio, west end zone field club. So yeah, okay, so we're all right, whatever, guys. We still need to win some football games. That would be the key. You know what I'm saying? There's a will, there's a way. There's a win. Oh, Julie. Well, where there's a will, there's a win. Yeah. Anthony White has a theory, a posse. I watched it last night. Players don't understand the game plan. How could you not understand? We're in friggin' January. What did you teach them? Then that's coaching. If that is true, that is coaching. Well, I know in the second half, he changed it to pressure defense. And our players are soft. If you watched at halftime, they said our players can't get open coming off the screen. They just were, whatever we were doing was not working. And they were talking about our players can't get open coming off screens. We don't screen well enough. So we're not physical enough on the screens. And so I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. 25 million, and like LSU and Lane. Little Ron, let's take that 25 million and use it. Well, it's the same thing we said about Mark Stoops, instead of paying him off the $30 million, why don't you just, even SEC podcast said this, why don't you just give him $30 million worth of players? And then you'd win. Then you wouldn't have to worry about paying him off. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. What's up, Brian? Our defense don't move their feet. No, they don't. They do not. That's why we fought. Our defense, they didn't have any guys that would they didn't roll to the basket a lot. Look, Tennessee's going to go, plays rough, and look, their big guys are going to go to the basket on our guys. If we can't stop, if we give up 40 points, Tom said this, if we give up 40 plus points in the paint to Tennessee, we will lose. Yeah. And I like I said, we have no interior defense, so I don't know what the hell to do. And so, yeah, If they don't understand the offense, though, who brought that up? Posse. Look, I was on there last night. I was on there for some of the football talk. If they don't understand their offense, then I mean that's coaching. It's basketball. I don't know. I don't know. So I just don't think they play hard. They didn't play hard at all. So I don't know what this is at the beginning of the game, but stop doing that. Okay. He's tried to switch the lineup. We still don't play well in the first half. No matter which five guys are in there, I don't know. You can't get down to look. We just played two of the weaker teams in the league, and we barely won one of them. You look at who we play in the next couple of weeks. There ain't going to be falling behind by 16, 20 points and coming back. Marie, that was to Julie. Okay. Considering my language used. I think you use very appropriate English, Maria. I will say that. Very, very appropriate English. Moreno's becoming the leader of our team, says Bree. Well, yeah, he's a freshman. Posse, Aberdeen said Pope told him to be himself. What the fuck does that mean? Just do whatever you want, man. That's what he said. Just do you be you. Yeah, I mean, just forget the plays and all that shit. Just run around and get open and shoot. I don't know what that means. You be. Shouldn't you have said that at the first game? We paid him millions of dollars. Okay. I love Mark Pope. He's figuring out that analytics really don't work. I don't know. Maybe we should outscore the other team. I bet you if we outscored them, we could probably win. I don't serve, but I cuss like a sailor. Yes, occasionally. Yes, occasionally, Maria. Prosper. We would have to 80 if we didn't score 20 points in the first half. Yeah, I mean, look, that's got to stop. I don't know how you stop it. I don't know, guys. I have no answers. We're either going to sink or swim. We're either going to get better and keep fighting, and you be you. And I'd say that to everybody. I'd go to Jellivic. Hey, man, you just be you, and you just be you, Ray. Yeah, everybody just go out there. Everybody like football. Everybody go deep. Now I feel like we need to do the Calipari thing. I hate to say this. We need to just say, look, man, just get open and just make this like just shoot, just come off the screen and shoot the ball. Why draw up a play, right? And did Arkansas win that game last night? I think they did. They were beaten. Of course, Ole Miss went on a buzzer beater, tip in, beat Georgia. So yeah, I think Arkansas won. Pope is figuring out his offense. Takes years to execute. Yeah, fifth year seniors last season. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a fair statement. Little run, outscore them, and you win. Yeah, you know what? That's my plan. If I was a coach and they asked, all right, they had keys to the game. All right, Tom, what are your 5 keys to the game? I don't really need 5 guys on ESPN. I got one. I think outscoring the team is the key to the game. That's the key. I feel like if we can I'd say as a coach, I feel like if we outscore them, we got a really good chance to win. Thank you for the interview at halftime. What do you got to do at halftime to make adjustments? Well, we got to come out and outscore them, right? I mean, I feel like those keys to the game. I mean, I get it, but that's my keys to the game. Yeah. I'd be a super coach. Man, that guy's a good coach. How does he win so many games? He outscores the other team every time. I mean, damn, it's a miracle. Yeah. Well, I should have been in broadcasting, but I don't think they would let me curse. They'd be beeping them out. But no, the object of the game is to outscore the other team. Yeah, even in football or basketball or baseball. Last time I checked, unless you're in hockey, then you can get a tie, which I still don't understand ties in hockey. This is the way I feel, guys, when I go to a hockey game. We're staying here until somebody wins. I paid $100 to get in here, and you're saying we're going to no. Get back on the ice. We stay here till somebody wins. I paid $100 to get in here. What's this with a tie? Soccer. A tie. No, ain't no ties. Get back out on the ice, and somebody stay there. That's the way I feel. Derek Porter's asked the most foolish questions. Oh, yeah. It's the cliches. Know your cliches. That's like Bull Durham, the baseball movie. Know your cliches. Write them down. We're going to just play them one at a time. We're not looking ahead to the next team and blah, blah, blah. John Calipari puts me to sleep. Mark Pope, I still don't know. Man, that guy talks in a way that I do not comprehend what the heck he's saying. Dude, just give a couple sentences. Posse, that play on our way from half court Chandler overruled him. Yeah, well, it was supposed to go to Aberdeen. Somehow it was supposed to go to Aberdeen, is what Pope said after the game. It didn't come anywhere near. So, look, I think the guy just threw the ball down there as hard as he could, and good luck, which is what I would have done. Yeah. Oh, reporters. Jake, that's a pet peeve, Jake. See, that's why I get mad at KSR because you're a football reporter and you say openly on another channel, I don't really know that much about football. I'm like, how the hell do you get paid? I don't understand what we're doing on offense. You're at practice every day. Yeah, that's my pet peeve. Ask somebody if you don't know. You have a college degree, right? You can learn. I mean, I'm not saying they have to be a coach, but I mean, know somewhat. What are we doing? Know what the 5 out offense is. Know what Zoom. I mean, just know a few basic things. I'm not saying, but yeah, it is. Julie, just glad UK played hard. Yeah, look, guys, you got to say in the second half, we came back and we won. And they played hard and they did not give up. So they showed me something. And I didn't know he told Aberdeen, just be yourself. So you want me to score a lot of points? Yes. Yes, we gave you just be yourself and shoot the ball. And so forget, remember that Noah shooting system? Yeah, throw all that shit out of the window. A computer that shows you how to shoot. If you guys don't know, we use a computer that tells us how to shoot, which is the funniest thing. I did a video on and had to take it down because I ripped this computer. But yeah, the guy NBA player on there. See, if you shoot like well, yeah, if I shoot like Chris Mullen, I'd probably be in the NBA. I probably won't even be at Kentucky. But yeah, Smart from Moreno. He's the tallest. Well, it worked. That was a good play, Bree. Yep. Do press conferences. Yeah, when he look, when he afterwards the coaches show. Man, he uses a lot of words to answer a question. Do you think, Posse? Do you think good thing we didn't get a big name receiver? No, I think that's a bad. That's not necessary. Well, it depends on our receiver core. We need a whole room of receivers, and right now we don't have it. So right now, maybe the first year we just need to go for numbers, and then the second year, God knows if we go 4-8, they're going to call for his head. Some people, but yeah, maybe we just need to build the receiver room. Yeah, with players who are going to be there, like this LSU guy. I hope he has more than 1 year left. We don't need rent players at wide receiver. So yeah, we did get a couple 4 high school receivers. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd like to have one. Here's what, well, Will Stein said there has to be one receiver who has to be double teamed for this offense to work. The X receiver who's by himself, he has to be your stud. He has to be so fast and so good. They got to put 2 people on. So I don't know. I don't know, Posse. We'll see. Inspector Gadget, no receiver yet. Not yet. Not yet. Shooting system. I remember that, Julie. If you saw a video, yeah, I was too much of a smart ass. But I just laughed through the whole damn video because this computer was telling you how to shoot, and I'm like, yeah, please stop it. And nobody's on you. If you shoot the ball at a 45-degree angle and 10 to 12 inches deep, big guy with thick glasses that made this system, and come on, man. Yeah, if you shoot the perfect shot, it's going to go in. Nobody's on these people when they're shooting. I thought it was hilarious. Turning Rodriguez into a wide receiver. Yeah, I might be onto something, guys. What if Rodriguez, you could move him to wide receiver and then put somebody else's tight end as your wide receiver, which is what the tight end is. I mean, I don't think he'll do that, but you could. Rodriguez is, he'd be the biggest damn receiver out there, but it might work. Prosper senior, but he's a senior. All right. Well, right now we just need anybody. But yeah, eventually we need these 4 high school receivers. Okay, so we got a lot of guys that are seniors, guys. So we're going to do this again next year. Like I said, it's going to take time for us to build up our numbers. It's going to take 2 or 3 years. And people are going to have to be patient and not call for the dude's head. Okay. Mark Stoops went 2-10, 4-8. It took him a while. With the portal now, you can get players quicker. However, just build the 85 scholarships up where we have backups because people are going to get hurt. People are going to get tired. So Inspector Gadget, doesn't get one game. Darby, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to go to your high school players. We have 3 other high school players, as far as I know, also on there. So, I mean, yeah, somebody's going to have to be, I don't know that a freshman can't be man, you put a freshman out there in the SEC. I mean, look, you can watch the film I have on Darby. Is it no? It's a regular video. It's not even a shorts. I mean, look, not the fastest guy. I don't know that he'd be a stud, to be honest with you. I mean, he's good. He can run routes, but what is his measurements? He's 6 foot 175. Okay, he's not. So you know what I'm saying? Don't think he's going to be the dominant X receiver we need, but I could be wrong. Julie, college players do change positions. Yeah, yeah. I mean, out of necessity, we would do anything. We could make a, I don't know. Well, I don't know if there's any running backs we could make receivers, but not right now because we don't have enough. So yeah, we just need to work on numbers, work on our roster. Like it said on the locker with Van Hiles, if we could do high school, if we could flip it and get high school players and build that way, that would be a smart idea. However, it's not practical because it would take 3 or 4 years. And our fan base, people are so, they don't care about anything but winning and not realizing that it might take, if we took our time and gave this guy some time, maybe we could become that. You know, there's not only one way to do something. I know Indiana did it, but they also brought all those James Madison players, and Will Stein is not bringing anybody from Oregon. So forget the Indiana model because that's not going to work now because he couldn't bring anybody. I thought, well, he bring 4 or 5. If you haven't heard, Dante Moore, the quarterback for Oregon's coming back. So yeah, we're not getting any of their players. So obvious. Well, I say that as of right now, unless something changes, we're not. They ain't even visiting. So it's not going to be like Kurt Signetti because Kurt Signetti brought what do you bring, like 12 JMU players with him? I mean, yeah, and coaches, and yeah. So don't know that model's not going to work in 1 or 2 years. So going to take us a little time. Anderson at 6'3". Well, see, then I like him. Damn, that kid if that kid's got a brain, if we give him money, just sign him. If he's 6'3", that's what you need. If he's fast. Sports junkie. Yeah, everybody's a sports junkie. Well, guys, I'll get on tomorrow. I'm out staying a little bit longer for you guys. What is it? I can stay a few more minutes. But yeah, we need some receivers. We didn't, we all assumed that we would get some Oregon offensive linemen, or I did, receivers. But I get it. We're not going to get them. You got to trust Will Stein. Burke coached with him at UT San Antonio, the tight end coach. They had a heck of an offense there. They ran this offense really well. So those guys know what they're doing, and we just got to trust that they're going to get the receivers that they're supposed to get. I mean, that's what we're paying Will Stein for. So, yeah. And but look, like as I said, first year, don't have high expectations because we'll have a good starting 11 on both sides of the ball, but we won't have any backups. Will be questionable. Abe Selm, I mean, come on, man. That's what I was hoping we keep Wilberly. Now we don't have a backup center, So yeah, now Did we get any offensive linemen? We got one high school offensive lineman. Yeah, one. Cameron Miller. That's right. Cam Miller, 6'5", 310, 3-star. I don't know where he's from. We'll take him. Okay, so that kid's going to be in the rotation. So yeah. So look, guys, it'll be whatever. I live in Texas, Ron, but you're from Estill County. Oh, welcome. Kevin Richardson, home of Kevin Richardson, the Backstreet Boys. Okay, I didn't listen to Backstreet Boys, but Julie, back in a UK fan. I got you to be back a UK fan. I helped you, Julie. I woke up your inner UK fan and I brought it to the surface. That's what we're doing here. We're bringing the inner UK fan to you guys' services. Look, this is a fan channel, guys, as I keep saying. You can say anything on here. This is about you guys and not necessarily about me. I don't know everything. I'm learning with you. I get mad just like you do. I curse just like you do. I don't know. I'm trying to study the offense we're running and the defense and, trying to know a little bit of what I say when I come on here so I don't have to bullshit my way or come on here and say, I don't know. Let's talk about the other teams in the SEC. No, we're going to talk about Kentucky. We'll talk about other teams, Tennessee, Indiana, Louisville, sure. But this is a fan channel. So Cutter Bowley got me on this. Cutter Bowley. I don't know. I got to check my email. A small Arizona State podcast wants me to come on and talk about Cutter Bowley. So, and I said I would. So, well, thank you. You're welcome, Julie. All right, guys. Anybody have any thoughts? I'll stay on here for a little bit. We play at Tennessee in basketball. Cannot fall behind. Look, we won't be favored. If we lose that game, that's probably one you mark down as a loss. If we win it, it'd be like LSU. Don't think we'll do a full court buzzer beater on Tennessee, but we'll see. We really need to start off well. If we get off to a slow start and they score 40 something points in the paint, they will just beat us by 15 and we won't catch up. Derek Cutter does well out there. I think he will. They looked at his numbers and they just don't understand. I had to tell him, look, guys, he didn't have the best receiving core. He started the third game. Look, he couldn't make throws to the sideline. Once he started, you know, uh, credit Bush Hammond for trying to teach him to. Once he started throwing the sideline throws, then he started getting good. He started, getting better and better. So, won last night. Julie think I won. Yeah, but well, I'll catch you, Ron. But yeah, Derek, I think you'll do well out there. I mean, I don't know what the Pac are they in the Pac-10? I don't know what conference they're in. I think they are. So, look, he's played against some good stiff competition. So, all right, guys, I will come on tomorrow, Friday, for you guys. We're gonna find out. I'll probably do tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll do tomorrow night because by nighttime we'll see what the portal has to say. We need numbers at every position. Numbers right now. Numbers. Prosper. Oh, peace out. Thanks, guys. Look, I'll probably do 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, somewhere around that time tomorrow night, so that we can talk about the basketball game. But I really want to talk about football. I don't want to step over what I think. Loyal BBN has their calling show tonight, so I won't step on them. Julie, he got better weather. You got better weather. Okay, all right. Anyway, guys, yeah, let's do tomorrow night. I'll put it on my calendar. Yes, turn on your notifications 30 minutes before any live. You're going to get it, and it's going to show that hey, he's coming on in 30 minutes. That's So look, thanks for coming on. Uh, let's just have faith in the coach that he knows what he's doing. And you know what? We'll get some receivers. And Mark Pope, all right, he's coming along. I think he's learning before I get off here. Analytics are not always your friend. Remember Tom's rule. If you score more points than them, you're probably going to win. That's the key to the game right there. There are no keys. It's one key. All right, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Go Cats.